first and foremost, I sent you a picture.
Yes, I have it.
Yes. This morning, for the first time ever. Yes, this morning, for the first time ever, I used the one-ring rinse. Cameramandy.
Are these your feet in this picture?
Yes, Cameramandy, I was unclothed.
Oh. I don't... Why? Why are we talking about this?
So, I was Alphinius nude. So, Cameramandy, I'm feeling a little testy this morning.
Okay, tell us about the one we... So, this is the Aya Sauron. Like, you're infusing your body with evil.
This is precious to me now, Cameramandy.
Oh, okay.
The one-ring rinse. Ms. Goo says it smells good.
Nice.
Yes, well, which of course it always does. The temptation to evil.
What does it smell like?
I don't know. Here, smell the box.
All right.
Oh, that was a terrible throw. I will get it.
No, you're the one on camera. I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
There's a picture right there.
It's fine. I got it.
All right. Whatever, Cameramandy. Okay. So anyway, this morning I get up and it smells good, yes.
Kind of musky.
Yes, it's musky.
It does smell like evil.
Yeah. Okay, nice throw, Cameramandy. You almost hit me in the face like you did with the slime last week.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I took the one-ring rinse and put it in there, and now today I feel powerful.
Nice.
And no one shall take my one-ring rinse from me.
No one. Now that you've used it, I don't think anyone's gonna try.
Ms. Goo might try.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that's a Miss Goo scent. She's more like the smell of Rosie.
Yes,
Rosie from the Shire.
Yes, she's got that little sweet smell, Miss Goo. Anyway, yes, I was Alphinius nude there, Cameramandy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And the one-ring rinse has become a part of my life.
So Adam and I.
Yes. Oh yeah. I remember you told me this on the way in.
Yeah, we were watching Lord of the Rings last night, and we were having a lot of fun. We watched Fellowship, and we were having a lot of fun trying to assign hit points to various enemies. So here's my question. So Lurtz, who's the orc at the end.
Yes.
What do you think, like, hit point wise?
Well, I don't know. What does the chat think? I mean, Lurtz is a pretty bad dude.
I agree. We have like the now D&D actually has like a Kraken.
So I guess the first thing you have to establish, there's things you have to establish.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't call it necessarily a Kraken, but it's Kraken-like, right?
That's fair.
Right? It's Kraken-like.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the first thing you have to establish is, let's have this discussion first. We'll see what the chat thinks. What level is Aragorn?
So we had this debate as well. So level for.
But what does the chat say?
I'm waiting for. We have to. We have to ban for time because we're on a delay. Okay.
How much of a delay are we on?
It's like a 7-second delay.
Why 7 seconds? Is that in case I say a bad word?
That's just no.
After what you said last week, Cameramandy.
Oh my god!
The F-bomb dropped entirely right on top of Goo Morning Zyathé.
Harry says Aragorn is level 3.
What?
There's no way.
Harry.
I have to give him like.
Please.
I think he's at least level 14.
But I have had a lot of people tell me Gandalf is like level 2.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't agree with that.
No. Let's start with Aragorn. And let's see what people think.
I more agree. So Paul says 23, but I think this is a 20-point scale, right?
20 would be the max in D&D 5e, right? So
Wolfgen says 13, and I'm more in line with like the level 13, 14, and they level up throughout the whole series.
So he starts at 12, 13. That's what Jen says. What does other people say?
David Stormer says 18.
Yeah, because he's pushed him up a little bit. He's pretty tough. I mean, Boromir, when you think about Boromir and what he does against all of those orcs for so long.
I know. He demolishes, like when you look at the pile that he manages.
Yes.
But like the orcs, like the non-big bad orcs.
They're slummos.
They have like 12 hit points.
You know about slummos, Cameramandy?
Are those like...
all of the disposable characters that you throw at people in the course of an adventure.
I know, like they get hit with a pan in the head and they're just done.
All right, how about some more comments?
Okay, a lot of people are saying level 15 to start. Level 15.
I'm kind of there. That would be where I would say 13, 15, 14, maybe 16, and then of course picking up a couple more levels, right?
Yeah.
As they continue, and certainly when and one of the greatest lines, and really it's an understated line to me, right? But the ghosts come out, right? And you know this because you know I like it so much. And the ghost says, "We do not suffer the living to enter." And Aragorn brings up the sword and goes, "You will suffer me." Right? I mean, it's like, you're like, whoa, right? You're like, whoa, you will suffer me. Oh, I would have thrown an F-bomb myself.
Okay, how about Legolas? Do we also think Legolas?
Okay, so right now, Aragorn's 15. So the cave troll, which is, I know where you're going, right?
Well,
okay, let's go with Legolas.
The cave troll is a great example of, like, I feel like the cave troll has to have at least like.
All right, well, let's get there in a minute. Let's do Legolas.
Fine.
I think that's right, because I actually believe Legolas is a higher level than Aragorn.
I would agree with that.
So what does the chat say? I want to see what the chat thinks.
I would say, because I mean, first off, he did this cool thing that I want to do as a ranger. He uses the 2 arrows.
The double arrow shot?
Yes,
the double shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, how about when he was shooting, when he was skateboarding down the stairs
that's when he leveled up. I think he's leveled up.
You think he picked up a level?
I definitely think he's picked up a level.
All right, so in Lord of the Rings, we're in Lord of the Rings in chapter 1. We are at the Fellowship of the Ring.
Linda says Legolas 17 to 18.
Okay, anybody else?
Definitely 18.
So, yeah, so
Paul is saying 13.
Paul puts Aragorn at 23 and then puts Legolas at 13.
Now, with that said, Legolas in the Hobbit prequels is just as strong, if not stronger, as he is in the Lord of the Rings.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think
so. There is a little bit of clunkiness.
Well,
there.
remember the issue, the problem that you have with elven folk is the length of their lives, right? And so, you know, if they leveled up in the same fashion, I mean, there has to be some other things going on, because if they leveled up in the same fashion as humans, for example, they'd be like huge levels by the time they were like, you know, mid teenagers.
Yeah, no, it's true. So,
but I agree. I think that. So I'm glad the chat is agreeing. That
they say Legolas is old, but elves don't rush as much as humans. So level 17. Randy is saying 18.
Yeah.
So I think we all agree that Gandalf ascends to
level
we'll
20. Do the Gandalf in a minute.
Okay.
Boromir. Fine. I want to know Boromir. I want to know, is Boromir higher level than Aragorn or lower? I think he is.
Really?
I think he's comparable or slightly higher. He was much more of a warrior than Aragorn was. He was fighting all the time for the role.
But I would say Aragorn is a ranger, whereas he is a fighter. And so in terms of what Aragorn also does as a ranger and the other attributes that he has as a ranger.
Well, I'm just saying, I think Boromir is a higher level. I don't know that. I'm not saying, what does the chat think?
Okay.
Again, I don't think he's Legolas level, but I think he might be slightly higher than
level 10 fighter, but took 1 or 2 levels in being a jerk.
Well played.
Boromir is a mid-level, so between 8 to 12. Belinda's saying 16, level 16.
But the chat is thinking he's a little more lower level.
And Andy says Boromir is about a level 15 fighter to start.
So, all right. So now we can ask the question of Gandalf the Grey.
So, I mean, obviously we would have to agree that he ascends to level 20, yeah? After he fights
I would love to hear what the chat thinks. Okay. I think that's true.
After he fights the Borog?
The Balrog.
Balrog, yeah.
Not the Borog.
Sorry, the Balrog.
Don't! Watch out! He's going to fight a Borog!
So yeah, I would say he
It's going to be canon now, cameraman. A Borog is coming to Zyathé.
So do we think Saruman is level 20 to start, or...
No, I don't think he was that tough.
You never think he was? Okay.
No, but let's stay with Gandalf first. So Gandalf the Grey shows up in the Shire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a big party, bunch of fireworks, all this kind of stuff. What level is Gandalf the Grey?
So Belinda says 18 and ends at 20. 17. Here's my thing. This is where I get a little hesitant. So Saruman like kicks his butt like a few times
he does.
Throughout the series. So it's hard because there's such a jump between where he was as Gandalf the Grey and where he goes to become Gandalf.
But that was well, and the thing is, the truth of the matter is that there is, and some people have pointed out this. I mean, if you want to speak, if we really want to do an analysis of it, some people I've read of things that have pointed this out, that really Gandalf the Grey gets spanked by Saruman. Now, remember, he was Saruman the White, so there's extra powers that came along with being the White, right? There was extra powers. But Gandalf the Grey fights the Balrog and kicks its butt without being Gandalf the White. But Saruman kicks Gandalf's butt.
So Rick says Saruman is well above 20. Legolas is 18, Gandalf is 18, and Aragorn is 13. So Rick does not agree that Saruman is weaker than...
No, he's not weaker than Gandalf. There's no
Yeah.
way he could be, because he spanks him, right?
But sometimes
Now, remember also, he was also in Saruman's tower. So there was and again, you can't really quite equate it to D&D because they had other things that were going on, right? Saruman had powers because of his tower and all of that kind of stuff that was there. He had the Palantir, there was other things. He was very likely getting powers, some kind of things from the Dark Lord, right?
That is true. He had gooey reward cards.
Yeah, probably had a few one ring rinse. He probably used the one ring rinse that morning. Yes. He used the one ring rinse and got anyway. I'm kind of inclined to. I am kind of inclined to think. I mean, Gandalf. What did he say? How many thousands lives of men?
Yeah,
right?
he's said Gandalf is. This is from Darth Axiom Gens. Gandalf is thousands of years old with Eru Iluvatar, but he was instructed not to intervene too much.
That was how he explained it. That was how Tolkien explained it. I thought it was kind of dumb, honestly. That's one of the few things that the few things that I thought was I didn't think it fit well with the story. I think the fact that he's don't intervene too much, it just feels kind of.
But only intervene when it is convenient for the plot.
Yeah, right.
That like was, the Eagles.
Yes. Well, the thing is, listen, this is the person who really started the whole thing, right? I mean, there were others who contributed. If you see other writings that came before Tolkien, but he was really the one who started the whole thing. But and no story is ever perfect, right? And you start down the path of lore, and then you have all this lore established, and then you think, oh gosh, and he didn't really want to retcon Gandalf into some weenie. Right, so because honestly, if he's that powerful, they're cruising along. The problem I have with that, the Fellowship, is if they're so damn powerful, which they were, right? They really ran up against some difficulties with things that I didn't feel, and this comes to your question, right? This
the cave troll.
The cave troll.
Okay, so
they brought a cave troll.
Yeah, so in D&D, a troll. Not this kind of troll. I don't know if this is a Myron the Ugly troll or what kind of troll we're talking here. It's, I think, 80 hit points.
I don't know. I mean, looked to me like the damn thing probably had 500.
I know. I'm just saying, he's getting shot like
he's
crazy.
Also, now let's be clear. That damn thing was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, a troll, I think in D&D, somebody's got to tell us from the chat, but I think the troll in D&D is about 10 to 9, 10, 11 feet tall, 12 feet tall, something like that. I mean, that damn thing was what, 20, I mean, it's giant-sized, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that, I'm trying to remember, but I think so, right? Because didn't Legolas jumped onto its back, right?
No, it was the hobbits.
The hobbits jumped onto its back.
And started stabbing from the back.
Giving him the pokies.
But I will say, that is, I think, probably out of everything, my favorite example of D&D combat of I looked at Adam and I was like, that's totally us during D&D. And he goes, yeah, the part where Pippin throws the thing down the tunnel. Anyway. So wait, I had a few comments.
Yes, the only thing didn't happen is the Gandalf didn't fireball the hobbits when they were backstabbing the troll.
Paul says 300 for the cave troll. And then Andy said Gandalf is multi-class. He has a couple levels of fighter, a couple levels of bard.
True, I don't disagree with that.
And he's like a level 8 wizard. So
although the singing wasn't that great.
Does he ever sing?
Yeah, doesn't he do?
No, that's Thorin or Oakenshield in the movies. I'm not talking about the books.
I thought he did. Didn't he sing? Maybe he didn't sing. Now that
I don't think that he ever sang in the movies. I don't know about the
I do have to say that another one, right, with those dwarves singing, right? That was.
I'm gonna be real. So there's this actor. His name's Richard Armitage. He plays Thorin. Yeah. And he has the best voice, I think. If he did audiobooks or anything, he has this really deep, rich voice, and he's the one who did that low. I love him, and I love him from a period piece called North and South.
Cameron Mendy also thinks he's sexy.
I know. I really do.
So sexy.
I might have a poster. Don't tell anyone. Like I said, I loved him before Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. I loved him from a BBC show called North and South. I made Aunt Diane watch it, and she was like, "Why are you showing me this depressing thing?" So this was way back in college. Anyway, okay, that was a fun conversation and lots of engagement from the chat. So
I hope everybody enjoyed.
Yeah.
So we are establishing the idea that the Fellowship. With its exception of the hobbits, who were probably fairly low level, right?
Yeah.
Was in the 14, 15, 16, 17
What about
range.
Gimli? Gimli is always wrong about
he's tough.
everything.
He's tough, though.
He is tough. But yeah, I just love how everything he says is always
Toss
wrong.
me. Toss me.
Okay.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started on like some social media.
Oh, yeah,
we'll have to whip through this because it's already 10:17.
So, Cameron Mendy, I just want to say, you know, I was reviewing the pictures of this this snotty thing that we got to show this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So as you all know.
Wait, what snotty thing?
The snotty thing that happened last week all over my face.
I have it. I actually have the post.
But let's stay with this because this is magnificent. So, as you all know, we have characters in the world of Zyathé, many of them now, who are. I think almost everybody does, but you never know when you have someone new, right? So we have characters in the world, many characters in the world of Zyathé, who are actually based on characters who are our friends and fans. And we take their picture and we take their character description and we craft their character with some of our artists. And this is Stacy's.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's really, I mean, Stacy turned out magnificent. One of my more favorite now of the portraits that we've done of characters. Yeah, she's really, really magnificent. And I know Stacy was pretty happy with it. And I got to say, it's impressive.
Yeah, it is magnificent. I so look forward to meeting this character.
Yes. You know what, is Stacy in the chat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Stacy, remind me of her name.
She says, squee.
Remind me of her name, Stacy, because I forgot.
Okay. I also brought my portrait.
Camera Mendy in the chat. Remind me of her name because I forgot.
I have to wait. There's a 7-second delay.
Oh, damn 7 seconds.
So you either need to.
You either
need to talk.
Why do we have to have a 7-second delay? It's not like you cut out the F-bombs,
It's called, it's just the delay that it takes to send it to the air. Okay, it's Belria Bavrot.
That's it, yes. Belria.
She's an evil character.
Yeah, well, we'll see what we do with her. So we'll have some fun.
Yes,
maybe
for sure.
Maybe we'll stick her in Blun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I don't know. We have to talk to a few people about that. Corey and Joshi and Jens and some others who are helping with that. So we have to do some chatting. But yeah, magnificent. Really, really fun.
All right.
Yeah, you were pretty happy with this one too.
I love the colors, and I am wearing my hat. Let me actually switch over so you can see my hat. There we go. There it is.
Yes, this is the evil Camera Mendy.
I am not evil.
Mira Mendy that I know and will love.
She is not
leader
evil.
Of the Hatters.
Yes, that is
true. Destroyer of worlds.
Only in that we want fair wages and working conditions for those in the Gloomport.
Yes, of course. This is how organized. This is how organized crime got involved with the unions.
You know,
in the 1950s.
Sometimes undecent people do not respond to decency. So sometimes you got to be a little underhanded. So see, we just drifted. I want everyone to remember we just moved from I'm totally cool to sometimes you got to treat people badly. What? No, that is not what I said. First off, we only do it to people who deserve it.
Oh.
Because they're hurting people, FYI. Mm-hmm. And secondly, we're just realists.
Anyway, it's magnificent. the image is magnificent.
I do love it. I'm very excited. Really this is exciting because we're going to be releasing the Hatmancer, I'm sure, sometime this year.
We are indeed.
And this is the illustration of the 3 hats. So you can have up to, Hatmancer can have up to 5 hats.
5 hats, right? Yes.
Yeah. So Mira has 3 hats, and we'll go into some of the details of what that can be with Hatmancer.
I hope people down the road don't say, this Hatmancer thing is stupid.
I think a lot of people will enjoy it.
Well, I think our team will. Our crew will like it because they have all the backstory. Yeah. But everybody else looks at it and goes, this is dumb.
I don't agree with that.
I said I hope. I'm not saying we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, and if they don't want hats, they can apply it to other things. If they want to be a sock mancer, they can just take the infrastructure and make a sock mancer.
I want to be a jock mancer.
Oh my gosh.
That was funny. Come on, Camera Mendy. Come on, chat. That was funny.
Speaking of the Gloomport,
I thought we had one more portrait. Did we?
I do. But I just want to say really quickly, I think Marcus, if you watched Roll Hit Die last week, he gave a password. And if you have that password to win the Gloomport, put it in the chat. And I think we're going to do this ongoing thing with Roll Hit Die. If you watch their stream every week, you can enter the password in here and you'll be entered to win the Gloomport for another sponsored giveaway from Roll Hit Die. Indeed. Okay. Next up. Oh, this was very exciting.
I thought you were showing the portrait.
Oh, shoot. Okay, fine. I'll show the other portrait.
Good gracious, Camera Mendy.
I'm sorry.
Organization.
Okay, this is cute.
Yes.
So we did Tracy's portrait, who is Corey's wife. And then Corey went and mishmashed them together.
Yeah, let's just be clear. Corey took some, suit guy from the 1950s and pasted Lokabut's head on top of it.
Maybe we should get Lokabut a full body.
Lokabut needs to get a much more appropriate Hanataz outfit.
Look how slim he looks. Don't I like that?
Not only does he look slim, super athletic, right? The super chest is all broad and he's got this little narrow waist. That's like a super six-pack underneath there if he was to show us.
I feel like Lokabut can have a super six-pack if he wants one.
But Tracy looks great.
Yeah.
So that's Tracy's portrait on the left. And she also is a member of the Hanataz troupe and really just magnificent character.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So I think it's Mivish. Yes, is the name Mivish?
Mivish.
Yes,
and
Mivish. Yes.
Macabre.
Yeah.
Yep, love it. Okay. So this is very exciting. So Gen Con, we put out a call for Game Masters for Gen Con. So if you're going to be at Gen Con and you want a Game Master for us, we have like a great package. You can get a $60 stipend for every 4-hour game that you run for us. You do have to arrange your own travel and lodging. However, we have a great team. You get to keep your D&D modules that you run, or the Gooey Cube modules that you run there. And you get, if you work full-time for us, a free 2025 Gyzaengaxx.
Yes.
Whatever we're going to do.
Now, this is important.
Yes.
When she says full-time, we don't believe in full-time at conventions.
Full-time is 16 hours. Or no, sorry. Full-time is 20 hours.
20 hours.
20 hours at Gen Con.
Yes. So I know people, I'm that way, right? I love to run games. And honestly, when we run a game at my house, it's an 8 to 10 hour event, right? Because we have dinner and do all that stuff. And some people go to conventions just to run games. That's what they want to do. But we really want to encourage all of our game masters, and frankly, everyone, our EOs, marvelous EOs, the people who support us, to go have fun at the convention as well. So that's why we try to stay away from the come be, do.
Yeah, we don't overwork people.
We don't want to
at all. Yeah. So, and we don't.
In fact, even Randy was mad at me, right? I love Randy, but he was mad at me. He was like, "Dude, I want to run more games." I'm like, "Bro, you need to go have fun at the convention." So what did we ran games for other people?
We can't control that. So if you want to run games all weekend, there are other opportunities with other companies as well. And you can double up or whatever. But for us, we want our game masters to come out and get to experience the con as well as run some games if they want. Mm-hmm. And we have a great team. You're supported with EOs, so you don't have to deal with any of like the. Yeah. All you have to do is come.
We also don't suffer fools who do bad things at tables. We will ask them to leave immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't deal with that.
So we have a great team. Anyway, so Gen Con reposted our call for GMs, and I was just tickled pink. So anyway, but yeah, if you want to come Game Master for us, send an email to gooeygames@gooeycube.com, and our Get team. Well, I guess Get team it's the Gooey events team. So saying Get team is kind of super for us, but our Get will get you going. There you go.
I'm getting excited, Cameron. You got Genghis Khan coming up here soon.
I know. Next up, Michelle posted this excellent. I have a few things from Michelle, so I'm going to knock them out. She posted this excellent crown that is based off the crown of.
May I speak to this?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So this is the Queen of Vanzentia. And of course, the Queen of Vanzentia plays a role in the whole Gyzaengaxx tales. And there she is pictured with Nikolai Dostroff, who is her advisor and also a vampire. So it's a wonderful little tale that Corey helped craft in how this whole thing works. And then this all plays into the Gyzaengaxx tales. And of course, Michelle is going to do a little cosplay of the Queen. And she actually took over after the Vanzentian Civil War. And there's just, again, the goal with Gooey Cube, cameraman, we love this, is to really try to make the lore real, feel real, history, all of it work together, and then feed into the tales we're telling now. And when you do that, it really becomes more immersive. Anyway, Michelle, the crown looks magnificent. It just is spectacular.
Yes, it does. Also, she put up this Enchanter of the Year, Tim.
Yes, and Tim actually said, "I feel honored" in the chat below.
And then there was one other thing that Michelle's doing that's very cool, and I'm trying to find. I know I clipped the post, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to talk about it. Basically, here it is. Michelle was one of our highest backers at the on the Gyzaengaxx Kickstarter.
Gyzaengaxx.
Yeah. And that means that she gets to play in a very special VIP game at GaryCon, and she gets a guest, but she doesn't have a guest. And so she put out a contest. So if you're going to be at GaryCon, you have to write up a fun 3rd level character that is both hilarious and functional, she says. And she's going to put them all up, and we're going to vote on the best one. And whoever wins that contest is going to get to go play at this very special,
hole in the ground.
Yeah, a very special VIP game hosted by Alphinius Goo and Gyzaengaxx. So we're going to have a special meal there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So
maybe even a libation or two.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, if you are going to GaryCon, this is an incredible opportunity you won't want to miss. So
yeah, and a wonderful dear thing for Michelle to do.
Yes.
I mean, it's just magnificent. So Michelle, much love. Thank you.
All right. I'm just going to quickly go through. We had a lot of funny
Kat
snail.
Put that up. That made me laugh.
Funny
the
snail
snows.
Stuff. Yes. And then here's
Gina. Yes.
I always love the fact that
but go back to that one real quick, because really, I mean, listen, the whole snail thing aside, that is really cute.
Dude, I know, it's an adorable snail. And then Neil says, I found a thing on Backer Kit, snail purses, nurses. I think Alphinius needs one.
Yes, Neil.
So anyway, Paul's wife did this absolutely stunning stained glass.
Yeah.
Piece.
Spectacular.
So,
and again, this is what the den is about, right? The den is about our creativity and our artistry and our words and our thoughts, right? And trying to spur that. And this is just such a perfect post, And then Paul, just if you're in the chat, just give her our best. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So Casey put this up.
It wasn't Casey.
No, it's JC Reckon's name is Casey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
In my entire life.
I'm pretty positive. I think I got that right. If you're in the chat, let me know. So, yeah, but I'm pretty positive her name is Casey.
I did not know that in my whole time. Well, hello, Casey, if you are named Casey.
He's just going to call you JC.
JC, I always said JC.
I believe this is her author name is JC.
Got
Redkin.
it.
Now, if I got this all wrong, please let me know.
But it's okay because it's totally cool.
Yes.
Because that blanket, I have one right here.
I know.
This blanket is totally, totally cool. Go ahead, cameraman. Go ahead.
Anyway, if you have it upside down.
Oh, whatever.
It is a very cool blanket, and you can get this on our website, and it's very warm. So
I've got it over my
leg. So she hung it up here in the hallway, and yeah, it looks amazing. So okay.
Because she said she had enough blankets for snuggling, right? So she figured she'd use this one as artwork.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's a great banner.
Pretty good artwork.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So David actually posted this morning.
I know.
So this is little Shenna.
Shenna.
It's because it's like shenanigans.
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 Yes.
I feel honored.
Short for shenanigans.
I feel honored that David is so committed to shenanigans that
David is a good shenaniganator.
Named the dog Shenna. So cute. So JC Reckon is in the chat. JC, please let me know. Your name is Casey, yes? I'm sure I'm right on that. I could be wrong though. I've been wrong before. So anyway, and she will be at GenghisCon.
I just get confuzzled about the whole thing
because there's all sorts of different
too many damn handles between the Discord and all this. Can I rant about Facebook?
Yes, I am Casey. She
okay,
says.
There
okay, ha. Woo-hoo. Okay.
So can I rant about Facebook again? I could only invite 150 people to come to the stream this morning. I'm really mad at Facebook.
Everyone's mad at Facebook. So.
Oh yeah, this was cool. Chris put this up.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, levels 4 to 20. Yeah. The epic adventures of J.A. and Bob the Silent. Running around.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good artwork though, with the backlit individual in the doorway, and the two sort of, they're kind of pondering some kind of magical item or something like that. And so you don't really know what the person in the doorway has planned, right? Are they part of the group? Are they not part of the group, right? So I love a good artwork.
Yeah, me too. Okay, some of our people got their Hawaiian shirts.
Neil and David right there.
I need to order some for GaryCon for us, so we can wear them on Hawaiian Shirt Day at GaryCon. So I'm gonna get the purple one. Which one do you want? They have purple, orange.
I like that one too.
There's one other color. I think there's blue as well.
I think I'd do the orange one.
The orange one?
Yes,
yeah.
But make sure it's big enough, cameraman.
Yeah,
Even though I've lost a lot of weight, I'm still kind of big.
Trust me, I know. I ordered you a lot of clothes. New Alphinius clothes.
Oh, yes, that's right. And of course, Marcus gave me the wonderful robes and all that stuff. Yes.
Okay. So this, I did not see this until today. Look.
You hadn't seen it?
No, Facebook suppresses stuff. It's so annoying.
Yeah, because they want poor Martin to have to pay money all the time.
I know.
So pay us money. Yeah. I'm convinced that is why they are restricting the invites. They're restricting the invites because they figured out in their minds, why would we do anything for free that we could actually force them to pay to invite people to come to watch their stream? It really, it's despicable. I mean, it is really despicable. There comes a point, and listen, I am a capitalist. I believe that this is a good system generally. There's things that are certainly problematic, but generally I think it's a good system. But goodness gracious, man. I mean, we have responsibilities to provide for others, to help other people, to not just put money before everything. I mean, Cameramandy. We need to love a little more people and love a little less money. It's just all of us.
Cheers.
Anyway, I apologize.
All this to say that Martin's music is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Look this up. And I also bumped it up. I was like bump, bump, bump in the comments. So hopefully more people see it. But it's a very good piece of music. It's about 6 minutes long, and it's to the cave entrance.
Yes, so, which there's a locality here. This is one of our localities.
Oh, this is interesting from Stacy. She said, even their ad stats are inflated. They report twice as many clicks on my ad as my website says it's received.
Stacy, I would not put it past them at all. I would not. There is so many things because again, you're sort of in a monopoly. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're not a total monopoly, but you're sort of a monopoly. You're an oligopoly for sure. And it just puts you in a position where you can just abuse, I mean, this is why Europe's been going after Google for the same things, and it's just, and again, I want people to be successful. Stacy, your Kickstarter. I want you to make money on your Kickstarter. I want our friends to make money. I support a lot of Kickstarters. I do all this all the time because I want to support our friends and support people that I love and care about. But the thing is, damn it, there's profit and then there's just abuse. Sorry.
No, it's fair. And this is a good springboard, though, into our friend Stephanie, who has another Kickstarter going. And her critters are so cute. I have one.
I have one as well.
No, yours is over here.
Oh, you took mine?
Well,
it's okay.
It was just
Let's
safer.
just talk about it so we don't, because we're running out of time.
So.
But if you got a minute, yes, she makes the wonderful little critters. And they're very adorable.
D20s.
Yeah, very, very cute.
Anyway, just wanted.
And somehow she lost some backers or something.
Well, that happens on Kickstarter. Everyone's
it's true.
Kickstarter.
People do back up.
They back and then they back out. And it is hard when you think you're going and you're unlocking stretch goals based on them, and then they back out, and then you still have to create the thing because you've already unlocked the stretch goal.
Yes.
Okay. I have just a few more things. Geeky put up his maps.
Yes.
They look awesome.
The Blue Pearl Sanctuary.
Yeah. And I was going to do
I'll be heading down there, Cameramandy. Yes, I will. I got to see Father Jiki. I got an issue that needs to be addressed, as they say.
Your pirate voice is so good.
Thank you, my dear.
Michelle posted this hilarious thing. Oh, wait, that's not the thing. I accidentally closed it out.
Michelle posted this hilarious thing that Chris Williams already posted.
I closed it out. Oh, well, it was from last week. It was just a funny thing where I had the snot on my shirt from the
you had the slide.
And it was making a joke about you sneezing on me.
Yes, that was
so
funny.
Anyway, but I will say that the shirt has been saved. I'm wearing it today, but the overcoat was trashed. There was no way. There was no recovering it. All right. Lastly, on social media, we had the pleasure of speaking with Ben and Suzanne for their podcast Wisco Dice, and the episode was released yesterday.
Yes.
And it talks about our history and our philosophies, and
we had fun. Yeah, but it's just a podcast, so actually you won't see anything. You'll just hear it.
Just imagine us like this the entire time. Also, Ben and Suzanne will be on Goo Morning Zyathé in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So we're excited to talk to them.
Yes. Fun.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Woo. We wrapped up.
Is that all of it?
We have an announcement.
We didn't show Harry's wood things that I wanted you to show.
I'm sorry. I missed that in the den.
Next week.
Okay. But I wanted to show.
And there was also we got to do the monster. We got to do the monster giveaway that was voted on by. We'll have to do that next week.
What monster giveaway?
Remember we named the creature from the.
We already did that. We did that Did
we actually give it away?
Yeah, during Perils and Fortunes week with Corey on the street.
I totally forgot.
Alphinius is
wait a minute, cameraman.
I am absolutely.
I think you're thinking the wrong monster. Are you thinking the creature of the Black Lagoon monster, the green one that's coming out of the water?
Yes.
I thought we just closed the voting on that.
No, they voted on it, and we announced the winners.
Then what vote? Are we doing a vote right now? Oh, I know what it is. I know what I'm thinking about. It's the caption contest.
This one.
Yes.
The one that
Sorry. Yes,
I'm all queued up. I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right.
You
Cameraman. Cameraman.
That's what I'm doing behind the screens. They can't see me, but I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. Okay, so.
Because Jen did this. Jen was the one who started all this madness.
Okay. So far, my favorite is JC Redkins. It's a little naughty. You had to have watched the episode.
Well, listen, here's the deal. It's closed now, right? It's closed now. You can't.
I don't know that I've closed it. Did you?
No,
close
the contest I think is.
I know. I didn't. Oh, here it is. When you attempt to compliment escargot, or when your attempt to compliment escargot is too successful, charm roll nat 20. Sorry, it's naughty. I'm sorry.
Whatever, cameraman.
It's so funny.
So you have such a dirty mind.
There's so many good ones. And I thought the norovirus was bad this season. I mean, these are so
they're really,
good.
Really good. They're really,
oh
really
my
funny.
gosh. Okay.
Really
I would say let's leave this open a little bit longer and see if anyone else comes up with one.
All right. Well, you got a chance. Just keep going.
What happens when you eat the Thai chili and sneeze?
Yeah, they're really.
No,
I mean,
that's. I'm not going to read that one out loud, but.
Who?
David.
Yeah, he said, who popped the gelatinous cube?
No, the one above it.
What does that say?
I'm not going to read it out loud because I mean it's dirty too.
Give a Gooey Cube a happy ending. Gooey Cube a happy ending.
Anyway,
cameraman, you drop F-bombs on our show.
Oh, okay. One time, maybe twice. I don't know. We've been at this a long time. Anyway, if you have a funny caption, I say let's reopen it.
All right, keep going. Just put captions down. We'll give you a chance.
So
if you haven't done a caption,
you have to put it in here though, because I'm not gonna be able to go back and look at the chat. So put it in this. Find this post. Haha, you can win something.
Yes, but there's also, we have to remember Jen did it first, and so we have to combine the two, right? So we have to make sure, because either one they put it on, we got to make sure we get them from both.
That's fair. But yeah, no, it is such a
and you'll win something. I don't know what you'll win.
Probably a T-shirt.
I know, something.
Yeah, you'll win. You'll win something.
You'll win something. Just this is the way our contests run. Right? Yeah, you get something.
Actually, switched it back without. Okay, last but not least, woo, we're almost there to your slideshow. Okay, we have an announcement. That's going to be really fun.
Yes. All right, so my friends, on February 8th, Games and Stuff in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, is having their, I believe it's their 25th anniversary. I think that's right. But it's a big anniversary. I believe it's 25th. And Marvelous Jeff and Marvelous Paul and the rest of the Games and Stuff people are running this wonderful thing on Saturday where we're going to be there and doing lots of fun stuff and giving away things. And then on Sunday, we're going to do something even more, which we're going to call Games and Goo. So we're going to be there on Saturday for the Marvelous Celebration. We're going to be a part of that. There's going to be a lot of gooey materials there. Lawrence and I are going for sure. Maybe Ead. I'm not sure who else. Maybe even Ms. Goo. I'm trying to talk Ms. Goo into going out there so we could eat clam chowder. Anyway, so I'm working on all this. But anyway, we're so excited. And our heart goes out to Paul, too. He's going through some difficulties. So much love, Paul. But if you're in the area and on that Saturday, I think it's February 8th, right, cameraman? I'm almost sure I'm correct. It's that February 8th date.
No, it's the 25th.
No, I thought it was February 8th.
Oh, wait, what is it? Lawrence said yes, 25th.
Lawrence says the 25th, February 25th.
Oh, okay, wait, sorry. He's saying it's the 25th anniversary.
Yes, it's 25th anniversary, and I believe it is the February 8th is the day of the anniversary party. And then the Sunday after that, which is the 9th, we're doing Games and Goo. So I think it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, Lawrence is saying that you guys are going to do a great Gooey Dungeon game show out there.
Yes, game show. Yes, we got a whole host of different things that we're going to have planned. But it won't be streamed. We're not streaming the game show. It'll just be for the folks that are there. But we're really excited. And it'd be great to see Jeff and Paul and the rest of the crew. And if you are up for that, if you're in the area or if you're even close, I mean, they're close to Washington, D.C. I mean, they're close to significant metro areas, not that far away. Come hang out with us.
We have a few people asking about a road trip. So just
come hang out. I mean, and you know, it's even though it's snowy, it's a beautiful time of year in the Maryland area. And of course, they have wonderful soups and other things like that, clam chowder and all of these things that are sort of in that region, right? So I'm trying to drag Ms. Goo along. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Lawrence says it's going to be February 8th and 9th.
Yep.
So Michelle might go. 6 hours isn't horrible. Just saying. It's
Yeah.
going to be a really fun time. I will be here preparing for Genghis Khan.
Yes, Genghis Khan.
It's creeping up on us. And we have game submissions already due for Gen Con.
Yeah,
so
we got
we're going to have a really fun year, though.
But
I think this is going to be a blast for you and Lawrence.
Yeah. We're excited. We're very, very excited.
Okay.
All right, what else?
That is all except for your tour.
So we are continuing the tour of the walkthrough of the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx. How much time do I have, Cameron?
You have 18 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So you have my little slideshow.
Yeah, but the last we left off on.
But you got the new one that I brought down, right?
Yes, but you.
But this is fine. Do not worry. Take the next slideshow. Do not show these. I fixed it already for you.
Oh, you already fixed it.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Cool. Okay.
So this is part 4, which is the tower. So if you will remember, our friends, and I'm going to do a little backing up for those who may be new, so they're not just coming in here going, what the heck? So we're doing a walkthrough of the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx. And I actually think we're going to do this, Camera Mandy. I think I'm going to start doing this for all of our stuff. Most of the people who are watching are adults. There's very few people who truly metagame, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. I think along with doing our readings.
I imagine most people who watch us are probably the game masters
generally, yes. Yeah. But there are some. I know there are some.
But we will, spoiler alert.
Yes, it's always a spoiler alert. So if you want to play this, don't watch, because it really is a great tale, and you'll love the experience of it and the mystery of it and all of that stuff. So as we know, go to the next slide, please. So as we know, our marvelous players are in Vanzentia, which I even mentioned earlier with the Queen and Michelle's marvelous crown and all of that stuff. So Vanzentia is in East Verdestia. And Vanzentia is run by the Queen. She oversees it. And her 2 brothers are her councils, but they were the 2 that got in the civil war in the first place and created all kinds of problems for Vanzentia. And so there's a thing going on, and the wizard, along with the Strood Crovenloft, have been dispatched to this area, which you see sort of in the center of the screen. You can go to the next slide, Camera Mandy. So this is called the Barrows region. Okay, and the Barrows, wait till you see the maps. Oh my gosh, Edvard is doing such a good job on the 2 maps for this. So for the environs, looking so good. Maybe I'll show them next week, the progress. But anyway, so Gyzaengaxx, along with the Strood Crovenloft, have been sent to this area nigh on 20 years ago by the Queen, because there are rumors of a terrifying artifact of immense power from the time of the Eterns that could be in the area. And they have literally been searching this area for many years. That's what they've been doing. And there's lots of Eternic ruins. There's lots of other ruins in the area. It's right in the mountains. There's all kinds of cavernous complexes and all of that stuff. So you can understand why it might take a long time. This is not, go there, follow some breadcrumbs and you find it. So they've been looking. In the meantime, things have happened. Strood Crovenloft has died. His 3 granddaughters actually were afflicted with vampirism. Interestingly, Camera Mandy, we talked about the Queen, right? And when we showed the picture, you saw Nikolai Darstrov. So interestingly, the 3 granddaughters were stricken with vampirism in the same time frame that Strood Crovenloft passed away and Nikolai Darstrov came to the wedding.
Interesting.
Yes.
Intrigue.
Very interesting. So,
but I'm sure if you made an actual accusation, that would create huge political implications.
Yes, of course. So it is quiet right now. And of course, the Strood is gone. So it's only so Gyzaengaxx really is the closest one to the family right now at this point in time, and especially to the youngest daughter, Stratanava. So Paul and I have been having great fun talking about this tale and how we're going to structure the Crovenloft tales, and he's doing a great job. So let us continue on. So the little dot there is Ethholm, and that is sort of where all of this begins. And so I'm like I said, I'm doing a quick reprise. So all of this begins in Ethholm, where the party will arrive there. And if everything works out, one of our party members will learn that they are actually the love child of Geralt Gyzaengaxx and said character's mother. So this is all the plot. It doesn't have to be that hook. We've given other hooks, but that's the one that Luke and I like the most. So just continue on, Camera Mandy. So, of course, the Gyzaengaxx family, they will meet the Gyzaengaxx family. Lukaj is really the patron of the family, but both Lukaj and Bashira can join the party if you wanted to do that and be non-player characters to help them. Aren't those wonderful portraits?
Yeah.
I know, they look great. And of course, all of this to try to find out what has happened to Geralt Gyzaengaxx.
I have to ask, are we using, this is the portrait we're using, for sure?
No.
No.
He's a ghost.
I know, but I meant this version of the portrait.
No, I do not know that yet.
Okay,
I
because you posted the other one.
I believe so. Luke has already told me he thinks it's not a problem. He's checking with his family, just making sure there's not.
I mean, I say let's stick with this one because all my video work is done.
Yeah, no, I think I don't believe Luke has already told me verbally a number of times that he thinks it's fine, and it does. We're paying homage to Gary and all of that stuff. So let us continue.
Okay, sounds good.
So they head off to the Wizard's Tower.
Yes.
So this is what's going on, right? So now they have a number of adventures. You can go to the next one. They meet some very interesting individuals, right?
I did something there. Hold on. What did I just do?
Yeah, what did you just do, Cameron?
There we go.
So they're going to meet wonderful Tim Kask's character, who's in the center, who is Uraj. And Uraj is a wandering druid. And they'll meet Bryna Bahadur, who is Jasmine B's character, who is the one on the right of Tim's character, Uraj. And they will also meet Elia Windsong, who is a wood elf and head of the Cerulean Leaf order that watches over the tree in Ethelm. So there's all of this lore is coming together beautifully. I mean, it's magnificent. And they'll provide some information to the players as they are traveling to Avalon Hill. Isn't that wonderful, Cameron Mendy?
Yes. This is all recap. So
this is all recap.
This is all stuff we've already talked about.
Now this is kind of the last. So so they have traveled now across Avalon Hill, and they have come to the tower itself. Now I wanted to show this portion of the map because all of our maps have this kind of stuff in there if you zoom in and look. So Avalon Hill is rife with caverns and other things that are underneath it. And of course, Marvelous Edvard, when he crafted this, he and I had a chat about what we wanted to do in terms of adding caves and giving the opportunity for game masters, right, to be able to add to the tale if they wanted to, or even to use it in the future for another tale. So that's very exciting for us. I think people love our maps, Cameron Mendy. I've heard so many compliments. Edvard works so hard, and he's not the only one, right? We have so many people who make these wonderful maps for us. But most of our area maps are done by Edvard, and really, really good work. All right, let's continue. So they come now, and they have now traversed Avalon Hill. They've traversed the Highwood, which is a whole adventure in and of itself. And then they've come to the tower. Now, this is the warning. This is what I want to tell you. So Luke and I, when we sat down and talked about sort of philosophy of what we're going to do with this tale, we determined that we were going to put some pretty lethal traps in this because Gary was a fan of lethal traps. So I want to tell you that there is the potential that a couple of these traps in here could do some really serious damage to your party. And you certainly have permission, right, to adjust them and not have them be quite so lethal, right?
Do you have the difficulty modifiers?
So we didn't do those for traps,
okay.
but we put a lot of caveats in there for people to be able to adjust them because a couple of these traps are brutal. And they're not Tomb of Horrors level, but they're brutal.
I mean, but let's just be real. If your players are being dumb, like I had one person try and trigger a trap to get the darts. There was like 20 darts. I mean, these characters are going to be wiped out. If they trigger a trap on purpose.
That's dumb.
I'm just saying, maybe they deserve to not.
Cameron Mendy, are you a killer game master?
No, but consequences.
Oh, actions have consequences?
Just saying.
All right. So anyway, so they get to the tower, top of Avalon Hill, right? And this is what they see first. And now the problem is they can't get in. And this was part of the hook. Part of the hook is that actually Lukaj and the sibling character are required to enter.
Oh.
And so it's a nice little prelude and all of that kind of stuff. But if that doesn't work, there's a couple of the hooks that'll work great if you don't want to take that arc with your players. But I think a lot of people would like it. I think it'd be fun. All right, so now they enter therein.
I do like this art.
Yeah, Kishore did this one. Really, really nice. So they enter therein, and this is the entry. This is the grand entryway, and it begins the tale, right? And there's all of these places, this stairwell going up,
those suits of armor definitely like move, yeah.
Oh, they're constructs.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they're guardians. In fact, the bad guys in the adventure are sort of avoiding the bottom level because of these constructs.
Yeah.
So there's things going on in this, and I love this, right? Because there's actually sort of factions in the in the tower. And interesting methods of how, because we also wanted to do some things that Gary liked. He liked extra dimensional spaces and all of that kind of stuff, which we'll talk more about as we continue. So go to the next. So when the players enter, so this, I want to show you this. We don't have the map quite done.
This is how our maps all begin.
Yes.
Is with a little doodle from Alphinius.
Or someone, right? But yes, typically I'm involved with that. So this is actually the map of the ground floor. And there is a pretty significant trap on the stairwell, the entryway right there at the bottom. Coming in, there's a pretty significant trap in there. And then you come into the grand entryway, which we just saw, right? And then you've got the other areas and the doors and things like that that are there. And this is how that works. And this is how we begin the whole tale. And the maps come forth from this. Can't wait to show you. They look fantastic. Jesus and Stephen Dugan and Stephen Davis are all working on these to really make them magnificent for us. All right, no, this is good. No, this is good. You were right. Continue. So relatively early on, the characters are going to meet a fawns. Now, the fawns is a thing that Luke made when he was a kid. And it was based on the Happy Days character, right? It was nod to the fawns, right, of the Happy Days fame. And he showed me this, and he said, I'd love to have this be a part of this thing. And so we had Benjo, and Benjo took that and began to interpret the fawns characters. And so the fawns are actually sort of construct, but they're sort of summoned beings that are part of this massive artifact, this incredible artifact that Gerald Gyzaengaxx carried called the Staff of Seven Shards. And so he actually can summon these creatures, and these creatures became his friends and also served him in the tower. And so you can go to the next one. And they'll relatively early on begin to meet the fawns who are going against the bad guys who are in the tower for the most part. And Arthur, who is the one who's in the back, is the leader of the fawns. And we thought that was kind of cute to name him Arthur. So Arther. Anyway, we thought it was fun. So this is all the little secrets and all the nods to things of the past and all of this. I hope the chat likes this. So they'll meet Arthur and they'll meet the other fawns, and hopefully those fawns will help the party if they do a good job, because they have to convince the fawns that they're not bad guys. And if they do that, then they'll probably have some help. But you can see that some of these fawns have scars on them and broken horns and other things like that. It's because many of them have been killed.
The chat goes, hey!
Hey!
And then also, Berthala says, the armor that they wear should add to charisma in some way or increase their coolness factor.
Yeah. I think they should have really cool, greasy hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the main thing that the fawns are having to deal with is this creature. So we'll talk a little bit more about it. But Gyzaengaxx was
that thing is ugly.
Yeah, the Horosh. It is the Horosh. All right. So Gyzaengaxx was a collector. And he had a number of monsters, quite a few of them, in stasis in his tower. And when the whole attack happened, which we talked about earlier, and how the tower ended up being like this, and Gyzaengaxx was slain, and all of the stuff we talked about earlier in the tales, all of these monsters were freed. But any monster and any being that had a level of intelligence that was beyond animal, above animal, could not leave the tower. So monsters who had animal intelligence could leave the tower. They'd just walk out of their own accord. But these other creatures could not. And so certain of them are doing everything they can, we'll talk a little bit more about that, to try to get out of the tower. This is what they're trying for.
So what you're telling me is all the monsters of intelligence are what your party is facing.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And we'll talk more about them. But the Horosh is, and this was one of the stasis rooms.
Sorry, this is Horosh.
That's the Horosh. But the next one is one of the stasis rooms, which the party will encounter. And they'll begin to learn about collect this collection and sort of gain information about it.
So like monsters would have been like sat up in there.
Yes, just standing there, right? Like a museum. But
that's horrible.
They were terrible monsters that were destroying, doing horrible things.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just cruel. Just kill the monster.
No. Why do you have to kill them? They're in stasis. You didn't take their life. They
they
don't even know that they're in stasis. They aren't sitting there going, I'm stuck here for 100 years. Well, that's
better, I guess. As long as they're not like sitting there like comatose with functioning brains for inhumane, I tell you what.
You're so mean, Geralt. Kill the wizard.
I did the thing again.
All right. But this is not the only bad guy. Okay. So there's this rat, which we will talk more about in the future as we continue our walkthrough. But they will encounter other monsters that were sort of involved because of the rat. All right. And there's a tale about this monster, which is the Adria 2. Which, if anybody gets that in the chat, I'd love to hear.
Everybody gets it because you told it.
Oh, I did tell it. That's
so
right. I told it.
Okay.
Right. So, anyways, so they'll encounter this monster right as they're going through this wonderful little encounter, and you can go to the next one, cameraman. And of course, the glopping goo, because in every one of our tales we have to have some kind of a goo or a slime or other things like that.
Yeah,
the glopping goo, right? And oh yes, this is Grool the troll.
How many hit points?
At least 80. So Groul is stuck in there. And Groul is actually one of Kararika's minions. And we'll talk about Kararika here in just a second. So Groul is one that they will encounter. All right, continue on, cameraman. So this is the first of the BBEGs. All right. In the back is a Demilish named Kararika. And Kararika was freed when the systems failed, if you will, if they failed. Some people believe that possible Gyzaengaxx intended it. So Kararika was freed, but she can't leave. And she is doing everything she can to get out. Now, you have to understand that when the protections fell in these rooms, suddenly, like 15, 20 monsters, some of them intelligent, some of them not intelligent, were freed. And they're pissed. So there was fighting that happened immediately, right? And some of the monsters got slain. Well, Kararika reanimated some of those monsters. And the three on the left are all reanimated.
How the hell is a party going to survive this tower?
That's a good one. Now, I will tell you, I would not tell my party. I would definitely make allusions to the Demilish as being there, Kararika. But I would not tell them that she is a little diminished in power. Let them worry.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, how?
Well, and this one on the right is actually a demon.
What level is this?
Oh, it's 6 to 8. Oh, and the one on the right is actually a demon spawn.
So let's just say you help the fawns like rid of their enemies. Will they protect your party while you take long rests in a special room?
We have wonderful things that enable this. I mean, really, really fun. But we have to get through the walkthrough. So anyway, in the tower section, the Kararika and her minions are the big bad. But this is not the final big bad. This is only the interim big bad. But Kararika is the one who is assaulting the fawns. The Horash works for her. And they're all trying to get the heck out of the tower because they've been trapped there for a long, long time. Okay, like, I don't know, a year or something like that. Quite a long time. Food is starting to get scarce. All kinds of things are happening. All right, continue on, Karen.
Rainy Gray Fox says, so level 1 adventure? All right.
So, in the tower, we will learn next week about 4 extra-dimensional spaces that Geralt Gyzaengaxx would go to repose himself, to rest and relax. And these are also places that the party can use. There are also secret entrances and secret places that the fawns know of that the Kararika still does not know of. And so this gives the opportunity for lots of moving around stealthily and avoiding combat if you want to. But there's a problem with the extra-dimensional spaces, which we will talk about next week. And that is the end of part 4.
Nice. So,
chat, are you liking this?
Andy,
I mean, is this good? Is this something people are enjoying?
Yeah, they're all debating how this is going to go. So Andy says TPK is fine, but sucks if the PCs don't have the opportunities to make choices to avoid it.
Absolutely. Then that's the idea, right? But listen, just so everyone understands, we always try our best to make a balanced adventure. And that is the whole idea behind, weaker party, advanced party, make it tough, make it tougher, and now even at higher levels, right? So to give the game master plenty of room to adapt the adventure more to the level of the PCs and make it a more balanced adventure. Because obviously unbalanced adventures, whether they're really too weak or really too strong, are not that much fun. That's just the truth. If there's not the peril of risk of losing your character, it doesn't have quite the intensity and fun that certainly it does when you are, oh my gosh, I got 3 hit points left and we got to get out of here and we don't know how to get out of here, right? That is the pinnacle of like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? So, but I think it's magnificent tale. Luke and I spent a lot of time talking about it. Tremendous numbers of Easter eggs that Marcus and I are going to be working on here pretty soon. Pretty soon, Marcus. So I think we're there. So it's about time to get started on that. And I do think, with a little good fortune, we are dropping the digitals by the end of next week for Tomb of Gyzaengaxx. I know you said 2 weeks.
In the next couple of weeks, we will be dropping.
It all depends. I mean, they're working hard. It's the map. The map is the final thing. AJ's got the battle stats all finished. We got to do a little bit of review just to make sure everything's balanced well and not out the deep end, right? Something we made a mistake on, but I think we're going to drop it, and I'm excited to put that in people's hands. It's a wonderful tale.
Stacey says, "I'll prep it and run it. Who wants to play?"
Yes, Stacey.
Okay. So we are at our time, and I have got to head out because I have a meeting at noon.
You have a meeting at noon?
Yes, with a realtor for things and stuff. Okay.
Camramendi, a realtor.
A realtor. Listen, if you are going to Gen Con, or Genghis Con and Gary Con, I already have plenty of GMs. But if you are going to Gen Con, we are looking at expanding our game room, expanding our offerings, and we would love to have you on our team. So please.
If you got game.
If you got game, yes.
Mwah,
so
yes.
We need someone who's punctual, who's a team player,
yes.
who loves entertaining at the table. Material, like using Gooey materials.
And aren't we having Donnie and Andrea on here pretty
next
soon?
Week? Yes.
Yes.
So I will be in Disney World next week, making up for the hurricane that happened during my last trip with my in-laws. And so Lawrence will be here to...
Which means all your stuff is going to get screwed up.
No. I'm sorry. He will not be here. He will be on StreamYard.
Yeah, right.
It will be a remote stream.
We'll be in studio.
Yes.
I mean, I can be in studio, but I just have to put my
You have to put your laptop there.
Yes.
Yes, because I love my brother so much, and I appreciate so much. But last time when I came back, the audio was all messed up, so I can't handle it emotionally. You guys know how this goes. So anyway, we love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And
you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Tomorrow we begin the environs, Camramendi. We're starting that tomorrow, right? So I'll be here most of the day tomorrow working on that. So I'm pretty excited.
Awesome.
But AJ's coming up. He's going to hang out, and we're going to get some lunch and see how the day progresses. Jesus is coming by. He's going to work a little on the maps. We're going to work together on a couple of things like that. So tomorrow's going to be a fun, creative day. So
I just smacked my microphone with my hat.
Yes, she did with her hat. She pulled her hat off. Camramendi, you have hat hair.
I do. Okay.
You all have, like I said, a marvelous Saturday, a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to see you here coming up at Genghis Con for all those who are attending. And of course, we'll see you next week where we'll have Donnie and Andrea on for talking about Genghis Con and some other things, including part 5 of the Gyzaengaxx walkthrough. May all your adventures be sticky, my friends. Ha ha!